Phil Haddock. I get high, we stay clean. And I need to start with that. This conference has been with my heart from day one, and I've never spoke to the Men's Recovery Conference in the 20 years. And today, I'm not even looking at me speaking. I'm just going to try to tell you folks about the history of the conference, how it started, and to where we are now. Jimmy, thanks for the introduction, and just thank all the members who come out today, and all the members who still constantly working to keep it on. I did have a couple pass outs. I have some more pass outs up there, but before I get started with the history, I do want to say to the men to please fill the thing out with the time capsule. Fill the papers out. Please put your name on the envelope. There's papers all over the place. There's envelopes all over the place. Get the envelope. Do what you got to do. Bring what you're filling out up to me, and I will put it in the time capsule. But before I get started with the history, there's a few things that, well, one thing I put in the time capsule, there was something that the sponsee put in the time capsule. And I don't know, I really got choked up with it. This conference is 20 years old, and it took a while to get the thing off the ground. And I could remember saying this when the conference might have been, because it was starting to get off the ground, it might have been like 3-4 years old. And the members of the home group was saying, oh, this thing could go on for 20 years. Yes, sir. Okay, and we all looked at each other, and we were saying that the age we would be if the thing went on for 20 years. So I was probably 50, I was 50, yeah, because I turned 70. Okay, this year. But there was something that I put in the time capsule 5 years ago. That's why I'm telling you folks, please do something. Because what I found out too, why I'm so choked up with things, there's people who did put things in the time capsule, even in my sponsorship family, and they passed on. But I have their things that they put in the time capsule. So it's like, oh my goodness, they're not even here. So please, just, I don't know what it'll mean to you, your sponsees, whoever, but I don't know. I'm just choked up from it. Just something that I just didn't think. But anyway, I wrote something out, happy with all my sponsees. At the time, I listed them all on there, and something to my sponsor at the time. And the conference, and I have in this thing that I put in the time capsule is 15 years old, love you all, and all this good stuff. And one of the things that I did say, if I live to the next one, it was 5 years ago, I'll be 70 years old. And I put that on there. I'm 70 years old, okay? One of my sponsees knew how old I was at the time, so he wrote something to me. And I'm not going to read you all the things that he wrote, but he's like laughing in this thing that he's telling me I live for 5 more years. I'll be 70 years old. I'm 70 years old. Okay? Please put something in that time capsule. So anyway, I wrote things on. I'm just going to try to stay on topics, stay in the literature, read the literature, okay? Because I don't know, it's true. Okay, the history of the conference. The idea of the conference came from Phil M. At the men's meeting, recovery meeting at the Nala Club, sometime during the summer of 2003. At that time, the group members were, and I have them listed too, John C., Jeff, Jay, Kevin L., Darnell T., Tony, Phil M., and Phil K. The idea was to raise a little money to defray the home group and the expenses at the Nala Club due to the membership's decline in the attendance. So we had discussions on it, and even with the fellowship, we had discussions on it, and the group rocked back and forth with it, and it took a lot of patience and hard work to get the thing started. It was just something to, can we do this thing? And you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, da 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 da. I'm just thankful for one word and blessing in our traditions, and that's autonomy, the group's autonomy. Thank God we have that. The group has that. Okay. Okay. So here we go. The first conference took place October 4th, 2003. I brought the first banner. We didn't have a theme, but we did have a banner, and it's right over here with this raffle stuff 20 years ago. Paper. Paper. In Whitaker. And it was humility. It was humbling, but it was so hilarious when people saw it. Okay. Okay. The attendance for the first conference, it was like 100 men came from our region and surrounding states. Like I said, it was the first year, had no theme. The first speaker was Walt Z. He shared on Why Are We Here? The conference cooks were, and they're here today, which was Gerald and Cliff P. 20 years ago. I'm glad they're living and they're here today. Okay. Let me see. Okay. John from Meadville, he was the main speaker, and he joked about that banner because it was so hilarious. So the home group decided that all the banners be done in paper, and we had paper banners for forever and ever at Whitaker, and the members will know that if they come to the conference in Whitaker, it was wallpaper with all these paper banners. We stayed in the humility. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Just one word. Keep that thought in mind. The conference has had speakers from such as Jimmy C, Corpus Christi, come up on the bus to it. Bo M from Gainesville, Florida. Gary G from San Jose, California. Victor L from Delaware, and many more. We've had speakers from Buffalo and New York as well. I don't have them on here, but they've been here too. Okay. Starting with our second conference, we moved to Whitaker, and we were there for a whole bunch of years in Whitaker. The price of the conference has remained $5 in advance, $7 at the door. We've stayed this way for 20 years, believe it or not. And where can you go all day long for $5? And eat like you did, okay? Like we do. Okay. Men's Recovery Conference was influenced and encouraged by Bob J. May he always remain fondly in our memories. Okay. The second conference year, the group decided to start the tradition of each conference being centered around the theme of recovery. One of our home group members this year for the 20-year celebration was graciously listed all our 20 years there. But I'll just read them to you real quick because it shouldn't take all that long, because there's other things that has happened in that 20-year period that I just want to go over. Let me see. Second year was Theme was keep coming back. Third, just for today. Fourth, we came to believe. Five, the exact natures of our primary purpose. Six, take my will in my life, guide me in my recovery, show me how to live. Seven was practicing these principles. Eight was our gratitude speech when we care and we share with others in a way. Number nine, how it works and why. 10, our message is hope and our promise is freedom. 11, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry the message to action and practice principles in all our affairs. Number 12 was the 12 steps, the 12 traditions, the 12 concepts. Okay, number 13, God help me, miracles happen, living clean. Okay, 14 was for the newcomers. 15, unity changes us. Number 16, Narcotics Anonymous all by itself is enough. 17, the 12 steps are a solution. 18, pandemic. Pandemic happened. So, with that, everything was shut down. There was nothing that happened in the region that year. The convention was shut down, the retreat was shut down, different meetings were shut down, the gathering things were shut down. Things have happened through the pandemic where things was being loosened to have outdoor things. You know, people could have gatherings as long as they were outdoors and socially distancing and all that. So with that happening, there was so much pressure on the home group. There's nothing going on in the region. We've been going this long. We can maybe try to have something outdoors. So the only thing that happened in our region was the Men's Recovery Conference that year. And we had it out at, the theme was service is a posture of the heart, and it was held at the Hempfield Township Park, Pavilion E in Greensburg. So that was the only thing that happened large recovery-wise during that pandemic. Okay, 19, A Vision of Hope was held here. 20, Stability is held here. You know, we just thought let's try to give this thing a breath of fresh air. Whitaker, Jimmy came back to see this facility, and he says maybe Whitaker just served our purpose, you know, and thankful for it. The recovery to come from it, many years of recovery, and but we're here now, and we're going to try this out. It's different for the members that live close to Whitaker. They can fall out of bed to it, but it's nice for the people who live in this area. They can fall out of bed to it. So it is what it is. Okay, on the programs, we've had some wonderful people in our fellowship that have pushed this thing on and have been so dedicated to the conference. And year after year, they've just had so much input, influence, and things in the conference. And they were mentioned on our different programs. Program 16 was in memory of Ron J. 17 was in remember of Frank T. and Darnell K. No, I'm sorry, Darrell K. And then 19 was in memory of Rich L. Okay, those men really worked hard in our fellowship, and they've worked hard with this conference, and they just love this conference. Okay, the home group would like to thank all the members who have supported the Men's Recovery Conference over the years. Special thanks to Daryl M., and he cooked for us for 10 years straight. 10 years straight. So he cooked for half as they were 20 years old. So I guess that's as far as he wanted to go with us. But he's still here today. But that was mentioned in the history. We have Tim K and Rich K for the banners that they did for the years, and then the members that have put things into the conference that we just keep doing year after year is Benjamin Z. He did like flyers, tickets, program, and things like that. Ted G did the accounting and things for the group conference, funds and things like that. And we still do part of his system today. Andy S and Cal O for the games. They've been running the games here for quite some time now. We also had a comedian in here, and I'm not going to endorse him as a comedian, but we had a comedian at our conference one year, and I'm just going to put him as fun and recovery. And it was, matter of fact, that one was the 13th conference we had, and he did this thing was called 13 Stepping. A comedian, okay, but it was everybody was laying on the floor with him. Let's see. Okay, we got him. Okay, Rich A and Larry B now and Mike V. They've been the setup people in tearing the program down. The program recorder over the years has been Duke M, and our kitchen crew today is Mike G, Charlie W, Joey N, and Cal M. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the current home group members are Lyle L, Andy S, Vince B, Nick H, Raphael S, Gordon E, Jim M, Mike G, Bill M, and our new member, he made the list. He just joined last week, Juan H. And myself, Phil M. Truly me. Okay? And I'm going to sit down. I said I'm not going to be long. I'm going to sit down, but there's another thing I do want to read. And like I said to you folks, remember the first banner. Remember where we are today. The first banner, if you look at it, 20 years ago, it was just one word. The banner this year is just one word. How about that? That wasn't planned. That was not planned. Okay. But the meaning for both of them is something good, something positive. Welcome is just what it is. It's greetings, salutations, hell, something good, invitation, and all that. And it's the simplicity is still the key of our program with that just one word. But stability, and I heard the members sharing about stability in the different meetings, like at a discussion meeting, and they were just talking amongst themselves in the meetings with stability this year, and I guess they Googled on all their things with the meaning of stability. But I don't know what made me the other day. I'm in between breaks, and I do a lot of different studying and different things, and I don't know what made me. And I had my old Webster dictionary in my bag. I said, I just want to look up stability. The conference is coming up. Da, 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 da. But I thought of the word stay. In our 20 years being here, stay. Remain, okay, linger, tarry, okay, we're still lingering on, I guess. We remain. Then I thought of stable. I heard the members share of stable today that they had Googled and whatever, but I like the old a Webster thing that it says with stable. firmly established. Now here's a hit for us, stable, mentally and emotionally healthy. Did anybody hear that people that got two minds are unstable in all their ways? Did anybody ever hear that somehow or another? In all their ways. So, But stability, and I'm going to leave you guys alone. Stability. I want to have stability. I want everything around me to have stability. I have God understand that definitely got stability. Okay? And I want those things. And I believe in those things too. I'm going to sit down, lasting, permanent, perpetual, pre-durable. So what is pre-durable? It's very durable. That's all I have, guys.
Wait, come here.